As you can see, I'll be speaking with the help of my signer this evening. And to be honest, I'm a little self-conscious about my voice, because I've been told by thousands of people that when I speak, it sounds like Whitney Cummings with a dick in her mouth. I guess I'm the perfect choice for this roast, because like the situation, I too have never heard the sound of laughter. And of course, over there is the legendary roast master general, Jeff Ross. Can you believe that he actually asked me out? I said, Jeff, I'm deaf, not blind. I have to say, it's such a thrill to be up here with an esteemed peer like Lisa Lampanelli. I won the Oscar for Best Actress, and Lisa won Best in Breed at the county fair. Marley, I can't do this anymore. She's an Oscar-winning actress, and I can't do this. I'm out of here. See you later.
But can anyone else speak for me?
I will be of assistance. I will be happy to sign for the great Marley Matlin. The Hammerstein Ballroom. Speaking of ballroom, Mr. Trump, how are those Spanx holding up? Donald always says money can't buy happiness, but it can buy the best Eastern European whores New York City has to offer. Did I get that right?
This is the first time someone has lost their virginity around Donald Trump without him having to promise them American citizenship. People make fun of the situation. They make fun of the fact that he's always lifting up his shirt to show his abs. I endorse it. In fact, Mr. Situation, I suggest you lift up your shirt even higher so that it covers this situation. Donald Trump, you are known for your terrible haircut, and now I can see why. Your hair sucks. You look like Justin Bieber caught on fire. You're obviously very rich. Donald Trump is literally rolling in dough, which means he knows what it's like to fuck Lisa Lampanelli.
Hello everyone, welcome back to The Hidden Truth. If you enjoy uncovering hidden stories, breaking news, and fascinating facts, and turn on notifications, thank you for your amazing support late.
In 1980, Donald Trump was just 33 years old when he purchased the aging Bonwit Teller building on New York City's Fifth Avenue. As plans for a new development moved forward, he assured the Metropolitan Museum of Art that two remarkable 15-foot Art Deco sculptures decorating the building's exterior would be carefully preserved and donated to the museum. Before construction even began, that commitment was presented as a promise to protect these important architectural pieces, rather than let them disappear during demolition.
But before he could begin construction, Trump had vowed to preserve two valuable sculptures.
And these were absolutely beautiful Art Deco sculptures that had been promised to the Metropolitan Museum.
All jokes aside, though, I was thrilled when they offered me the opportunity to roast such a brilliant, charismatic, totally self-made billionaire who I believe will one day run this country. And then the Facebook guy canceled and we got stuck with your bloated ass. But even when you're born with a silver spoon in your mouth, hard times can strike, and that's just what happened to Donald. He was even forced into the ultimate act of degradation, starring in his own reality show. And soon, the top-rated TV show in the nation starred a total asshole torturing people who were stupid enough to work with him. In addition to 2.5 Men, The Apprentice was also a pretty popular show. This guy has an ego. When Trump bangs a supermodel, he closes his eyes and imagines he's jerking off.
I know we're here to roast Donald Trump, but I gotta give a shout out to my main man, Larry King, in the motherfucking house. Larry, you know how he is. Larry is cool, but backstage I handed him a joint and he rubbed Ben Gay into it. Hey, yo, Seth, FYI, ain't no niggas watching the Cleveland show. From me to you, Lisa is a stone cold freak. Lisa fucked Larry King, Don King, Rodney King, and Billie Jean King in a Burger King bathroom. This is an ugly business, man. I mean, look at Jeff Ross. He's one ugly motherfucker. Now, from me to you, Donald, I wish I had half of your money. But for that, you need a 20-year-old's pussy and a divorce lawyer. Now, I may not have half his paper, but I got twice the dick, and you can believe that. Donald say he wants to run for president and move on into the White House. Why not? It wouldn't be the first time you pushed a black family out of their home.
You are the ultimate proof that money can buy good-looking pussy. If you were broke, you'd be fucking me.
Donald Trump Without a doubt, you're a New York landmark, which means it's only a matter of time until you bulldoze yourself to build some gaudy, tacky monstrosity and put your name on it.
And you've got your name on everything, except a high school diploma. You know, they say you only roast the ones you love, so this is gonna be short. Donald, you've got a great sense of humor. You've been so happy to embarrass yourself on Saturday Night Live in the casino business. You know, Donald Trump is such a douchebag that if you look up the word douchebag in the dictionary, there's a picture of Spencer Pratt. But if you look close, Spencer Pratt is holding up a picture of Donald Trump.
He brings in a gang of workers to just break the stuff up, and boom, dust. Gone forever.
Jasmine Crockett holds up the front page of the New York Times, where the headline reads, "Developer Scraps Bonwit Sculptures." According to the report, Trump had given the Metropolitan Museum a written promise that the sculptures would be saved. Instead, without notifying the museum beforehand, demolition crews arrived and shattered both sculptures into piles of rubble with jackhammers, while workers sliced apart the decorative bronze lattice using blowtorches. Crockett then points to the financial side of the story. Preserving the sculptures would have cost only about $32,000, but Trump decided to destroy them and later told reporters they were essentially worthless. A spokesperson for the Trump Organization claimed the artwork was worth only $9,000, yet independent appraisers at the time estimated their value somewhere between $200,000 and $800,000. That long-standing controversy later became another example referenced by commentators like Jimmy Kimmel and Stormy Daniels as they challenged Trump's repeated claims about his achievements and public image.
Stormy says she accepted the $130,000 payment to keep quiet about her alleged affair with Trump because she was scared for her life.
My friend was like, "You might actually have a problem. I don't want to scare you, but based on the things you've told me, you're the whole Republican Party's problem." And they like to make their problems go away. It was really about two things: trying to keep the story from coming out so that it would not hurt my husband and my daughter and I wouldn't lose my life, and that there would be a paper trail and money trail linking me to Donald Trump so that he could not have me killed.
Donald Trump has repeated the same story for years whenever the conversation turns to his younger days. He has described himself as the captain of the baseball team, the best player anywhere in New York State, and someone talented enough to have played professionally if his path into the real estate business had not changed everything. It is a story he has told with confidence time after time, presenting it as proof that success seemed to follow him long before he entered business or politics.
You always knew you were going to go into this business?
No, I wanted to be a baseball player.
That was no childhood fantasy. Trump was a star player at the New York Military Academy.
I was captain of the baseball team. I was supposed to be a professional baseball player. Fortunately, I decided to go into real estate instead. I went to military academy, New York Military Academy, for 5 years, from the year before freshman.
So 8th grade on?
Yes.
Whose idea was this?
Well, I was very rebellious, and my parents thought it would be a good idea, because I was very rebellious.
Right.
I love to fight. I always love to fight.
Physical fights?
Yeah, all kinds of fights. Physical,
arguments?
All types of fights. Any kind of fight I loved it, including physical. And I was always the best athlete, something that nobody knew about me. But one guy you should speak to before it's too late, because he's a pretty old guy now, is Major DeBias, because he said, you know, he coached for many, there's like 35 years. He said Donald Trump was the best athlete I've ever coached. Donald Trump was the best baseball player I've ever coached. So, you know, just something to know.
When did you know that you were good?
Get them DeBiases. I always knew I was good. I was always good. I was always the best athlete.
Like in first grade, if the kids had a game?
From before first grade.
Jimmy Kimmel walks on stage carrying 13 newspaper box scores covering baseball seasons from 1959 through 1964. Preparing to compare those historical records with Trump's well-known claims about his athletic career.
Every night before bed, he takes the Bible from his nightstand, it burns his hand, and he goes back to sleep.
And it shall be answered, because they forsook the Lord God of their fathers, which brought them forth out of the land of Egypt, and laid hold on other gods, and worshiped them and served them. Therefore has he brought all this evil upon them.
Trump was a star player at the New York Military Academy.
I was supposed to be a professional baseball player. Fortunately, I decided to go into real estate instead.
Wrong. Donald Trump was not a good baseball player. Jake Tapper did not do the fact checking that was necessary for that story, because it turns out if you look at Donald Trump's stats, he was actually pretty bad. So Slate has managed to unearth 9 box scores from Trump's time at New York Military Academy, which showed a 4 for 29 batting record in his sophomore, junior, and senior seasons, with 3 runs batted in and a single run scored. So not a big deal. I talked to my husband about what all this means, and it's really bad. Okay, I'm not like a baseball genius, but that's not a good batting score. Also, Trump's batting average in the 9 games Slate found box scores for stood at a disappointing 138.
138 is miserable. So one writer described his school as a podunk school, not known for baseball, and not the school overall, but the athletic component of it.
Kimmel starts with the earliest available records from Trump's sophomore season. The statistics show 3 documented games, 10 official at-bats, and not a single hit across the entire season that researchers were able to locate. He then moves through the junior year before reaching the 8 recorded games from Trump's senior season, the same period Trump has often described as the year he was supposedly the best player in the entire state. Kimmel places every box score side by side, allowing the numbers to speak for themselves. The senior season records show just 1 hit in 21 at-bats, producing a batting average of .047. Anyone familiar with reading baseball box scores understands what a number like that usually suggests. It is not the kind of performance that earns praise from a coach. Across the 9 games with complete records that researchers found, Trump's overall batting average comes out to .138. A scout who once evaluated talent for a Major League Baseball organization reportedly gave a direct assessment, saying those statistics were not what anyone would expect from a legitimate professional prospect, but instead resembled the performance of a reserve player during a struggling season at a small school. Kimmel also reviewed newspaper coverage from those same years and pointed out that Trump's name never appeared in any of the game stories. From there, the focus shifts to another influential figure from Trump's early career, Roy Cohn, the attorney many believe shaped the aggressive style Trump would later become known for.
At this moment, Senator, I think I never really gauged your cruelty or your recklessness. Have you no sense of decency, sir? At long last, have you left no sense of decency?
I know this hurts you, Mr. Welch.
I'll
but
say it
may
hurts.
I say, Mr. Chairman, as a point of personal privilege, I'd like to finish this.
Senator, I think it hurts you too, sir.
I'd like to finish this. Mr. Welch here has been filibustering this hearing. He's been talking day after day about the way he wants to get anyone tainted with communism out before sundown. I think the American people this fall, when they elect a Congress, all of the congressmen, 1/3 of the Senate, regardless of whether they're going to vote Democrat or Republican, should ask those senators and congressmen, say to them, Mister, if we send you to Washington, are you going to continue sending American money to nations which in turn ship the sinews of economic and military strength to Red China, which is running the war in Indochina, keeping in mind that if we lose Indochina, Mr. Jenkins, we will lose the Pacific and we'll be an island in a communist sea.
For your conscientious public spirit in giving such great support to Joe McCarthy when he needs it most, when, if the United States Senate should take a vote of censure against this man who has led us in the fight against atheistic communism, the Senate will have been committing the blackest act in its entire history.
Stephen Colbert is holding the file, 1973 to 1986.
Roy Cohn was an American lawyer. He became famous first as a prosecutor on the espionage trial of Julius and Ethel Rosenberg. He was instrumental in their executions. And then he became chief counsel for Senator Joe McCarthy during the Red Scare, the communist witch hunts in the 50s. And the reason his name has been in the papers again, and somewhere in hell he's smiling over that, is because he was also Donald Trump's lawyer and mentor until the day he died of AIDS in 1986.
Now, recently it's been reported that in March of 2017, after Jeff Sessions recused himself from the Russia investigation, Donald Trump yelled, "Where's my Roy Cohn?"
Roy Cohn spent 13 years serving as Donald Trump's personal lawyer.
and became one of the most influential people in his professional life. During that relationship, Cohn also defended Trump in the federal housing discrimination case that attracted national attention. His philosophy was remarkably straightforward: never admit defeat, never apologize, and whenever someone accuses you of wrongdoing, strike back even harder before they have a chance to finish making their case. Those simple rules became closely associated with Cohn's approach to every public battle he fought.
Zero tolerance for criminal aliens. Zero. I'd like to punch him in the face.
Trump was in his mid-20s. The U.S. government was suing Trump, his father Fred, and their company for allegedly discriminating against minorities who wanted to rent apartments from them. Around that time, Donald Trump had a fateful first meeting with a New York legend.
Donald Trump went to a nightclub in Manhattan called Le Club, where he happened to meet Roy Cohn, who was famous for having defended Senator Joseph McCarthy back in the 1950s in the communist hunting days.
He was tough, often downright nasty, in court or on CNN's Crossfire.
I said that.
According to a book I read.
Well, read another book.
Cohn's message to Trump in that nightclub conversation: tell the government to, quote, go to hell.
In that very first meeting, Cohn laid out for him his philosophy of how to fight back in a lawsuit, how to fight back against a federal investigation, and that was to hit back 10 times harder.
We go to court, it's the first day, and it's very, very tense. We have the Trumps, both the father and the son, Roy Cohn, us, the Justice Department, my boss.
As the story continues, the next page suggests that Donald Trump has followed that same strategy in public life for roughly 50 years, relying on confrontation and counterattacks whenever criticism comes his way, a style many observers trace directly back to Roy Cohn's influence.
When I talk to friends and tell them that I am doing a profile of Roy Cohn, they say, ask him this, please. And I'm sure you know what they tell me to ask you. Do you have AIDS?
Oh, no. That's easy to answer.
The reason I ask is that in researching...
Is there that much public curiosity as to whether I had AIDS?
That is the question that everybody asks.
That's amazing. My doctors have gone on record as to exactly what I did have.
No, they haven't. They say it's a life-threatening disease, but the words liver cancer are not in their affidavits at all.
Well, if you want to get them, just call up Dr. Safai or Dr. Dick or any of them and you'll...
Dr. Sam Broder?
Sam Broder's fine.
We called them and they said that without Roy Cohn's permission, they couldn't talk to us. But we were told by other sources that Roy Cohn's name was on the NIH computer for AIDS.
Anyone who remembers watching the Army McCarthy hearings on television in 1954 already knows how significant Roy Cohn was in American public life, long before Donald Trump entered the picture. Decades later, in 1984, Cohn was diagnosed with AIDS, although he consistently denied that diagnosis in public and insisted reporters were wrong, claiming instead that he was suffering from liver cancer. Nancy and Ronald Reagan, who were personal friends, helped him gain access to an experimental medical treatment that was unavailable to most Americans at the time. Critics have often noted that the same level of support was not extended to another friend, actor Rock Hudson. As the final chapter unfolds, attention turns to Cohn's last days. Just weeks before his death, the same New York court system that had once recognized his legal career disbarred him, citing dishonesty and fraudulent conduct involving a dying client whose estate he manipulated for personal benefit. Roy Cohn died on August 2nd, 1986, at the age of 59. By many accounts, Donald Trump had already stopped returning his phone calls by then. If you have not subscribed yet, now is the perfect moment to do it, because support from viewers makes research into stories like this possible. Returning to the evidence, the attorney who spent years teaching Trump never to appear weak eventually faced his own illness without the loyalty he had once expected from the man he mentored.